Now, I love Kendrick. I love the fact that being a hater can end up being a success. But this performance, I just thought it was really mediocre for me.
Hi guys, welcome to yet another video. This is quite shocking that it came from this person, this black British lady. Okay, she's African. She said some things about Kendrick Lamar performance at the Super Bowl. I do not like what she said about my people, because really, why would you say that? But yeah guys, listen to what she said and how people really dragged her and told her to stay in her place, because there are some things you just need to keep quiet about and don't say like something, even though we have like different opinions and you need to say opinion out. This was a slide.
Now, I love Kendrick. I love the fact that being a hater can end up being a success. But this performance, I just thought it was really mediocre for me. Maybe because I'm not a hardcore Kendrick fan. There was a lot of the songs that I didn't know. I knew some of the mainstream ones. Like when SZA came, I was like, yes, Twin. And I thought the visuals was amazing. We had Samuel Jackson come on as Uncle Tom. And then obviously the dancers came and the American flag. And then obviously he performed They're Not Like Us. There are a lot of people on the internet who are like, oh my God, you just didn't understand. One thing I cannot stand is fake deepness. I come to watch the Super Bowl to watch a performance. I didn't come to think. I don't want to feel like I'm reading a book. So when I'm seeing, oh, but you did not understand the allegoric significance of when the dancers were wearing blue, and the blue means it signifies the sadness of the American state. Like, I just want to dance. I don't want to watch a performance and then have to read a book to understand what the performance was about.
And that right there is your problem. You didn't think at all. Once again, a black British person opens their mouth and shows again how uneducated they are. Why do y'all feel the need to talk on Black American and American history when you don't know shit? And you know what? You don't have to know shit, but stop speaking on it. This is American fucking sport that has so much rooted in history. Black history is American history. So, of course, in times that are like this, where they're getting rid of DEI and all that stuff, he's showing symbolism. It's like, it doesn't make sense. If I don't understand anything, why am I speaking on it? You see how that doesn't make sense? And then when you said this BS,
as Samuel Jackson come on as Uncle Tom.
Uncle Tom? Do you even know what Uncle Tom is? And correction, it was Uncle Sam. You don't know what you're talking about. You don't even know the words that you're saying at this point. If you can't be entertained and use your critical thinking at the same time, I don't know what to tell you. It's crazy how I just saw a think piece of a white Irish woman breaking down the symbolism. She's not even American. I felt unity in that. I felt empowered in watching that performance. And you're gonna sit your ass there and say that. For you to sit there and say fake deepness shows how much ignorance and privilege you sit on. If you don't get it, cool. Get this. When Kendrick says they not like us, y'all included in that.
I know why you didn't get it, because you're not like us. You're an African. Take that how you want to take it. You're an African. You would not understand the plight of African American. You would not understand the plight of us being in this country and always being centered when it comes to our culture, but not when it comes to us protesting and fighting for our rights. See, as an African, you should mind your African business. The message that was televised was not for you. It was for African Americans, not an African woman. Because as an African woman, you have no idea what it feels like to be black in America. Of course, you may use our African American English vernacular. And obviously you participate in our music, because you wouldn't make no commentary like this if you wouldn't. Now, you may even eat our food, but when it comes to our plight, sweetheart, you would never understand. Kendrick Lamar's Super Bowl halftime was a call to action to African Americans. It was talking about how we play the game in America and still lose. So we got to play our own damn game and make our own way. Without us, this country does not move. Without our culture, this country isn't shit. Without the blood of our ancestors, this country would not be where it is. But you, as a fucking African, would not know that. So how about you mind your African business and stay the fuck out of black folks' business?
I don't want to feel like I'm reading a book.
For people like you is the reason why so many black Americans do not take black UK people seriously. Now, I'm not even a black American. I am Afro-Colombian. I was born and raised in Colombia until I was 15, and then I moved here, and I've been taught US American history, and I've been living in the US as a black person and as an Afro-Latino. But even I, a foreigner, understood and knows the reality of the US right now and what is going on in the US and why Kendrick Lamar's performance was so significant for black people. Kendrick Lamar sent a whole message of protest and celebrating black culture. The fact that you came here set up a mic, sit down, edit it, and say, I didn't come here to think. I came here to be entertained. You have no idea how privileged that is. There's not a lot of people right now in the US who have the privilege to sit down and be like, I want to be entertained. No, because their whole lives are falling apart. Why? Because they make part of a minority group. This is a very cool behavior. And not to fall into stereotypes, but I see this pattern in Africans that live in the UK or Black people born and raised in the UK. And let's say artistically wise, you were expecting top-notch, next-level performances like the Grammys or whatnot. And he could have easily gone and, entertain you to distract you of what's going on in the world. But instead of that, he chose to make a call of action. So I'm sorry the culinary in your mind did not let you understand what was going on and you got bored because you choose not to use your brain. But maybe try to have some more empathy in the future and put yourself in somebody else's shoes. Just saying.
I'm gonna hold your hand with a napkin in between when I say this. We know stinker butt. Trust. We can tell. Raise the price on the mics. They are far too easily accessible. Get a journal. Your thoughts need to be put on paper, not on a podcast. Like admitting with your full chest that you just want to be entertained and don't want to have to use your brain is crazy. Ho, is you feeling pip pip cheerio? If y'all wanted a meaningless and mediocre performance, you could have sold out J-Lo's concert tour, but alas, she had to cancel. But with Kendrick Lamar, bitch, it never gave shuck and jive. This is Kendrick Lamar. The Kendrick Lamar who uses his music to speak out against racial inequality and systemic oppression. The Kendrick Lamar who came out in a chain gang for his 2016 Grammys performance. The same performance that has been all but scrubbed from the fucking internet. The Pulitzer Prize winning Kendrick Lamar. The activist Kendrick Lamar. Y'all thought he was gonna get on the world's biggest stage and not make a political statement? Please be so fucking for real. He literally said this is bigger than the music and y'all are like, just entertain us. Mind you, y'all will be the same people who complain about the problems in the world. Let me add a second napkin in between when I tell you this. Sense is chasing you, but you are much faster. Please slow down and let her catch up. Hope this helps. Peace and love.
If you look into it, it looks like this person, wanted to talk about this so they can get clout. Okay, they already have fame. But the thing is, you can't just play in people's struggles because we all know what Black Americans are going through in the US or Black people as in general. So for a Black person really to come and talk about a song that really has motivation or a song that empowers people and talk about how it was mediocre, how it was fake. Guys, this woman had the audacity to call people's struggle or a song like that mediocre deepness. How? I mean, I'm not from America, guys, but I could still, when I saw the halftime, performance, honestly, it was moving. And everyone that is coming out and hating on it, you got a big issue, especially if you're a Black person. You have mental illness because you can't make this up. Like how? You're not different from these palm people that I've been seeing on the internet that have been saying, oh, this was the worst kind of performance ever. I can't believe I paid all this money to watch this. This is ridiculous. Are you joking? Are you kidding with me?
No, this is not what America wants. And yes, we should have turned the TV off. I was just watching. I want Coldplay back. Hell, I want Janet Jackson back. I want anybody but this. The level of divisive was beyond. Where is the diversity in anyone that was out on that field during that halftime show? And why are we tolerating this in this day and age when we are one nation under God for everyone? Somebody had to have vetted this, and we all know who it was. The NFL, the ones in charge of being the most divisive organization in this country at the moment. Somebody bring back someone who's actually worth watching during the halftime show.
I think MAGA is most upset about Kendrick Lamar's performance because he made it simple enough that they could understand. So they were screaming DEI hire because their conception of DEI hire is that if you're Black and qualified, you don't deserve a job. If you're white and unqualified, you do. And throughout this performance, Kendrick Lamar basically schooled them on so much. Just remember, these people are sitting in a stadium watching the NFL, which is 53% Black Americans, compared to 14.4% in the general population. And they're fine to watch that, to watch the physical labor of African Americans. And here you have a halftime show where the intellectual labor of African Americans is being showcased. And every element was something they should have probably understood in school, but he made it clear. Samuel L. Jackson as Uncle Sam is clearly a dual reference to the expected minstrelly American society has to Black men, and the fact that this country was built by Black bodies in slavery. But he doesn't make it subtle.
Reckless to ghetto. Mr. Lamar, do you really know how to play the game? Then tighten up.
And he's not talking about Super Bowl, he's talking the game of America.
40 acres in the mule, this is bigger than the music.
All the promises of America, including in Reconstruction, 40 acres and a mule to anybody who had been enslaved, are constantly being reneged, and yet African Americans are playing the game of American succeeding. And it is not just for white America, but all of America. This symbolism of both this game and the prison. We've locked ourselves into this game. We put ourselves in a win-lose state, and we could all lose because we could have started, but we chose to be divided. And remember, the American flag is not just propaganda. It is often used as a critical tool in discussing the country we're in. And listen, this is a country that is not always going to march in the same direction. Notice here, the blue shirted people are not here. So you see where he's going to perform is just a segment of the overall community. And why is that? Why are we divided? Like fools, we focused on the wrong thing. But and while the flag is divided, while the nation is divided, change is still coming. They cannot stop it. So it is the end. Game over. The revolution can't.
And then when it comes to the white people, really, they have issues. They have mental problems. When it comes to their performers, they are very fine. They are very okay. But the fact that, a message was sent to them, they're now feeling threatened, and they are saying all these ridiculous things on how, Lamar's performance was the worst of the kind of ever. I'm like, are you joking me? You're the same people that listen to rock music, not saying it's bad. You listen to people like literally just shouting and not saying anything. Like, there are some genres of palm people that you listen to and you're like, what is going on? When you don't even understand anything, and then they are coming out and saying Lamar's performance was horrible. Like, are you kidding me? You just have to worry about your problems that you caused on yourself today in 2025 with your leader, and let Black people enjoy their Black History Month because they deserve it. And I mean, you can't take that away. Guys, I don't even want to curse. Like, this is crazy. And these are the reasons why, our people from the diaspora, Black Americans, come out and they say, like, we Africans or we Black people from other places don't understand their struggles. Yes, we do have our struggles, let's say in the African continent and other places as Black people. But when it reaches a time when we have to now, say bad things about our people who are in the same struggle as us as Black people, it sounds ridiculous. Like, it really sounds ridiculous. I don't know why this person had to get on the internet and say such a statement. Why? Is it because you wanted the clicks? And it's so interesting because even her own people from Nigeria don't claim her. They're like, no. We don't know this person. Like, whatever she's saying, whatever she's doing, it's on our own account.
Joys. Sometimes, let's learn to keep quiet. Even if we have to talk, let's try to do some research. It's very important that we don't just contribute to everything on the social media space. Very important. Especially when we don't know anything about it. You've done a great job creating this whole persona. But when you're beginning not to do research, you're looking really, really bad. Just in December, you got in trouble for saying some narcissistic stuff in Lagos. This didn't end. We're just in February, you're in trouble again. Because you just didn't want to keep your mouth shut. Again, I'm not saying you shouldn't voice your opinion. Hell, your whole brand is all about voicing opinions. That has been the reason why we love Madam Joyce. I love you. I watch your content. I really genuinely love you. But one thing I don't want you to do is to fuck up the way these two boys did. And you're looking like you're about to. James and Fahad had everything working for them. All they needed to do was do research. And that's what you're not doing. Let me tell you something with American pop culture. You just don't open your mouth wide and just say nonsense. Do you get it? Not like the British audience you're working with or the Nigerian audience you're working with. With the American audience, you have to be smart to say what makes sense, because they will call it out. They're known for that. They will call you out. They're not scared of you. When you come and disrespect their whole culture like that, they will drag the hell out of you. You're being dragged right now. And again, I hate it that this is happening to you. And I know at the end of the day, we're all going to say that, oh, all publicity is good publicity. No, it's not. When you're known to be a fool, it's not good publicity. You're going to be a fool for the rest of your time.
There are just some people that in this life, I don't think they have ever had a bright thought or idea in their life. If I'm being very honest, I don't think they've had a thought before. Or if they have, it has always been more evidence that they are actually not really thinking. Every time they try to speak, it never sounds like their brain and mouth have ever found harmony. And it's funny because some of these people have very big platforms with a lot of listeners, subscribers, watchers, audiences, where they go on to spew the most thoughtless things about topics that they are very uneducated about. But because everyone is talking about it, they want to jump on the trend too, forgetting that they do not have the skill or mental range to handle it. Which is even worse because some of them know they do not have the skill range to handle such discussions, but they still engage in it, but they want to be different. So they're going to say very stupid, off-putting things. Like, for example, you're witnessing a history-altering event that is not just entertaining, but is beyond entertaining. It is necessary, considering the amount of discourses that event has brought up. But because, one, you feel like the discussions that are stemming from this event are not your business, which, mind you, in some way, shape, or form, they still are, and because you do not have the brain power to dissect issues beyond, jaye, you open your mouth to say, oh, the Super Bowl is not supposed to be something that will make me think. I didn't go to the Super Bowl to think. I went to the Super Bowl to dance. The Super Bowl halftime show is supposed to be about dancing. Why do I feel like I'm being made to write a school paper? Baby, have you ever been in the four walls of a school? And if you have, I have a lot of questions for both your parents and your teacher. Because what happened to trying to give you some critical thinking skills? Are busy that you just refuse to think? You guys are surprised when this same person came on this same internet to talk about Chloe Bailey and how she was acting a sex scene and it was wrong. Talking about she doesn't know where she's going with her brand. But then in the same breath, praised the man that she was in that sex scene with for a movie with two adults. A lot of you found out that she didn't have sense in December after that entire discourse. But some of us have known. This is not new. Don't pay attention to her. She is part of the distraction. Pay attention to what the event is trying to tell you. I know she's making a lot of Africans look bad, but we don't know her, okay?
No African claims her. We are like, no, we have had enough fighting with other groups of people. We are not going to be here coming on the internet anymore in 2025 and then want to attack our own. Like, that's crazy. Honestly, 2025, the last thing I would want us to be doing as black people is fighting. So I want to say that I don't claim this lady for whatever she said, even though she's from Africa and I know, she's from Nigeria. But like, people, of course, categorize us as together and thinking we have the same mindset, but clearly not. I'm just here to send love to my brothers and sisters that I understood, and I was really touched by that performance of Kendrick laamar, especially in this time of today where everything is going in shambles almost all over the world. Like, it's just crazy everywhere. So for a black person to come and say such statements against their own, beyond me. Like, we don't claim that, we don't accept that, we condemn that. Like, it's not proper, it's not right for us to really be doing these things to ourselves. Guys, that is it for me in the video. Let me know what you think about this. I mean, was it necessary for this black lady to say this, or these white people that are reacting this way about just a performance? Imagine how they are behind the closed doors. Like, that's insane. What do you think about it? Yeah, thanks for watching. Don't forget to like, subscribe, hit the notification bell. I'm always posting. I'll see you guys in another video. Bye.